for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago Television 9.
All right, the tip controlled by Loyola underneath. Shot is up and good by Brandeis. 2-0, the Ramblers lead. Oak Park on the attack. Underwood, a surprise starter, and number 33 with the ball now. 34 shooting from the side, Courtney James. Foul is going to be called on Kurt Taji, his first.
Here's a young man, Tom, that has stepped into the breach left by Chuck Downs. Really, he's a forward, but he's been playing into the pivot. He's strong, even though he's 6'4". Again, he's one of these young men that play a lot bigger than his height.
Shot attempt by James gives him his first point. 2-1, Loyola with the ball, and the Ramblers lead. That's Terry Cullen. Cullen's a 5'11" senior. In the corner, Taji. Boy, what a nice touch. Big man, 6'8" senior. He's a 49% field goal shooter. And a lovely touch from outside. 4-1. Oak Park with the ball. From the corner, rolls the rim. Rebound is off. Ball batted away. But regained by Loyola. In the corner, Taji. In underneath, Fire Isel, and back out of the corner, Taji again. He's got 4, and it's 6-1 with the ball. Rod Underwood. In the high post, Tom Norris. Back out on top to Hedger. Taji blocks the shot attempt, driving Joe Hedger, and the ball is out of bounds to Oak Park.
Loyola staying in there, your man-to-man defense, Tom. They do a lot of sagging, a lot of helping out with each other. Oak Park running what Tommy Myers calls his motion offense.
Inbound pass, batted away. A foul is going to be called on Brandeis, number 42. That is his first. And the ball goes out of bounds to Oak Park. 6-1, Loyola leads. We played a minute and a half in this opening first period. Jump shot from the side is no good. The rebound is off and grabbed by Mark Daniel. Daniel down the right side. In the corner with the ball is Cullen. Cullen back out on top to Daniel. Left side, Brandeis. Taji. Oh. Good follow-up on the rebound. Number 50, Fire Isel, gets his first bucket of the night. 8-1, and the Ramblers are off to a very quick lead. Underneath, handoff, whistle. Foul is going to be called on Mark Daniel, number 14. Into the ball game, number 32, Chuck Dahms. Quite a story with this young man. Detached retinas, eye operations, and here he is back playing, huh? Inbound pass to Dahms. Gets it back, left to the lane, turn around. Banked a bit strong. Fire Isel got the rebound. Cullen with the ball. Baseline, Fire Isel gives it to Taji. Taji's got 6, and it's 10-1. And all of a sudden, Loyola's exploded with a vengeance, and Oak Park wants a timeout. 10-1 Loyola. What do you think of this start, Coach?
Kirk Taji, Tom, odd thing about him, he did not even play basketball last year as a junior. He was going to be an academic genius, and he still is, but he decided he was just going to go for the academics, as I understand it, and he laid out, and it's surprising how he's come back. He's been an excellent ball player all year. I've seen him 3 or 4 times.
Before, the Mount Vernon Rams won the state championship for the 4th time. A record tied in 1962 by the Decatur Running Reds. The Rams and the Reds, the only teams to win 4 championships.
We're having breakfast at McDonald's one Saturday. We've got a big surprise for it's something fun to open up your iPhone.
Treat Mom to a delicious and inexpensive breakfast at McDonald's, like hot cakes and sausage or an Egg McMuffin. Doesn't she deserve a break this weekend?
At McDonald's, we do it.
Number 32, Number 33 is John Hendricks. Number 30 is Underwood. And number 23, Hedger. 14 is Norris. Tip controlled by Oak Park. Hendricks with the ball. Flips it back to Joe Hedger. Hedger to Hendricks. Goes to the baseline and kicked it over the end line and out of bounds.
Well, this really isn't the Oak Park team that I saw earlier, Tom. They're a little bit tight. They're coming up short on their shots, but I'm sure that they're going to pick the tempo up, and you're going to see a little more action out of this ball club, I'm sure.
Loyola had an excellent field goal percentage in that first period, almost 62%. There's a shot attempt by Fire Eisel. Taji underneath for the rebound, and a foul is called on Taji, and that is his third.
Yeah, here we go. Fire Eisel shoots the ball up. Dahms rebounds. Taji over the back.
Now, getting up off the Loyola bench is Tom Reardon, a 6-foot junior, and Bill Gleason to make a change in his lineup, and one would imagine Taji's got to come out. Much too early in the game to have the big man out there with a chance to pick up his 4th foul. Coming into the game is Courtney James. Hendricks goes out. James and Dahms, Norris, Hedger, Underwood. That's the Oak Park lineup. And number 32 is Chuck Dahms, who's at the free throw line looking for his 5th point of the night, and he finds it. 17-10. We're just 27 seconds into the second quarter. Dahms converts them both. 17-11. Oak Park trailing by 6. Loyola with the ball, and with it now Terry Cullen. Yes, Coach?
More full court pressure now. They're coming out after him a little bit higher.
And getting a little more enthusiastic about it, too. I would imagine late in this game, it'll be tooth and nail down there. Daniel to Cullen. In the corner, that's Reardon. Back out to Daniel. In the middle. Bounced away and off the chest of Fire Eisel. And in the backcourt, Reardon's going to pick up a foul as he came over the back of Norris. Reardon's first. We're going to the free throw line. At the line will be Norris. Norris, a 74% free throw shooter. Really not the man you want to foul. Norris has 3 points, 17-12. Oak Park has picked up 3 quick points at the charity line. Make it 4, 17-13. In the backcourt. Cullen with the ball. Double teamed. Length of the court. The Fire Eisel tipped away by Dahms, out of bounds. It'll go to Loyola. And the backcourt pressure gets a little more intense, Coach Burmester.
Right. I think Tommy's changing the defense has really helped his ball club. Now they're falling back once the ball's across into a tight 2-3 zone, making it a little tougher for Taji and Brandeis to get open underneath.
Cullen to Daniel. Loyola with the ball. The Ramblers still lead by 4 at 17-13. 6:40 remaining in the first half. Winner goes against Morgan Park. One downstate team remaining in competition. That would be Decatur Eisenhower. West Aurora, Morgan Park, and either one of these two Chicagoland schools will be involved in semifinal play along with Decatur Eisenhower. Daniel inbounds in the corner. Cullen back out to Reardon. Cross court to Daniel. Number 50. Fire Eisel. Heavy pressure put on by Joe Hedger. A bit too much.
Good hands, Floyd.
That fan is in a rather contemplative mood.
Here we go on the foul, Tom. Almost a steal.
Back to live action. Daniel with the ball for Loyola. Zone defense seems to be a tough one to crack. Ramblers having some trouble here. Brandeis, Daniel, Cullen. He has 4, 19-13. Cullen's a 47% field goal shooter. Driving down the left side. Hedger to the baseline. Shot short, tipped. Scramble for the ball. It's out of bounds. Several hands got a part of it. The officials say it'll go to Oak Park. Norris will inbound the ball. No, going to be Courtney James. Midway in the front court, far side.
Watch the sideline out of bounds play. Both coaches run the same play, so they ought to be wary of it. Well, that wasn't it, I guarantee you.
Loose ball comes up in the hands of Oak Park. Shot from the side, no good. And the follow by Hedger is. If at first you don't succeed, 19-15. Loyola's lead is down to 4 with 5:39 to go in the first half. Daniel with the ball for the Ramblers on the left side to Reardon at long range. Oh, heartbreak, in and out. Rebound, Doms. Going the other way, Oak Park, little momentum. That fickle fan, momentum, has swung over to the side of Oak Park here. Norris, baseline, back out to Doms. Across the lane, the swinging shot is off, rebounded by Loyola. Reardon on the attack into the front court. Back out on top to Daniel. Brandes, right side of the lane, fakes once, puts it up. Going to be a traveling, I believe, yes. Bill Gleason looking on. Nice man. 15 youngsters, 14 of which are here. Number 10 checking in for Oak Park is Brian Coughlin. Brian Coughlin checks in, a 6'1 senior.
Oak Park has a world of depth, and Coughlin is a young man they can put in that'll also give him some firepower. Very good shooter.
Foul will be called on Reardon, his second. Doms is going out, and Hendricks is back in.
Looks like he's wearing those glasses you wear in industrial arts, Tom.
Well, it's I tell you, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wears a set of those. He says they cost him $75 a pair, and he gets them from France. Shot is up by Norris. He's got a total of 5. 19-16 now, and Oak Park creeps closer. 19-17. Oak Park has had about 6 points in the second quarter, all at the free throw line. Brandes over the 10-second line, flips it over to Daniel. 4:30 remaining in the first half. Our final quarterfinal game of Friday play. The winner into semifinal action. In the middle, batted away. Good defense by Norris. Here come the Huskies. Underneath, Underwood back with the pass. Norris for 2. Game is tied. So the Huskies have come on to catch the Ramblers now. And the Ramblers didn't get it over the 10-second line. Timeout. 4 minutes, 7 seconds remain. We've got a tie game in the first half. Opening quarterfinal game tonight between Morgan Park and Galesburg. The score at halftime was 19-19, which is what it is now, but we've still got 4 minutes to play.
You're talking about giving gum a workout. Watch Courtney James work on that gum.
Inbound pass, and Loyola turns it over.
Well, defense has been the difference for Oak Park since they switched their zone press a little bit and then switched their backcourt defense. They've done a good job. They've really shut Loyola out.
Doms inbounds, and Loyola steals it back. Terry Cullen with the ball for the Ramblers. Over to Daniel. Cullen. Daniel. In the middle. Fire Isel's shot is short. Rebound is off. Up with the ball, Norris of Oak Park. Norris is a senior, 6'3". In the corner, jump shot. Put up there just a bit strong, but Doms rebound. Oak Park leads for the first time in the basketball game. Oak Park with the lead for the first time, 21-19. Cullen with the ball to Brandes. Fire Isel back out to Daniel, to Cullen. Short, rebound Dom. Oak Park trailed 10-1, and now they've come back, and they lead 21-19. Underneath, tapped away, rebound or grabbed off by Reardon. Reardon to Daniel. Baseline, underneath with the pass. Cullen. One step too many. Here's Joe Hedger in.
Terry was intimidated that time underneath. He should have put the ball up when he had the opportunity, but he was afraid that Courtney James had batted down and just hesitated too long, shuffled the feet. I'll tell you, this Oak Park, though, Tom, as we said before, can get points in clusters.
Hedger and Norris with the ball. Norris has it now for the Huskies of Oak Park. Doms. Back to Norris. Back to Hedger. Back out to Underwood. Doms. Norris. Rebound to Reardon. Cross court, thrown away. Grabbed by Courtney James. Hedger gives it back to Underwood. 21-19, Oak Park leading. Underwood shooting, missing, rebound. Fire ISO, long pass, the other end of the court, underneath Cullen. Foul is going to be called on Courtney James, and before Cullen, staggering to his knees, got the shot away. Watch it again.
All right, here we go on the long fly pattern down the court. Cullen has the ball, almost loses it, and Courtney James just nudges him.
That was the first foul on James. Underneath, inbound pass, and Fire ISO gets it, scores a 6-point. Game tied at 21. Underwood to James. Hedger. Norris. Doms. Whistle on the play. See about the basket. Foul is going to be called on Daniels. Check it. Foul is going to be called on Norris. No basket. Loyola with the ball in the backcourt, and that number 14 is Mark Daniel. Brandeis back to Daniel. Minute 32 remaining in the first half. From long range, Cullen. Rebound, Brandeis. Batted away by Doms. Out of bounds. It'll go to Loyola. Watch it again, and watch Doms go up, and as Brandeis fakes and puts it up, swat away. Back to live action, another reject as Reardon tried to put that one up, and this time Hedger batted it off and out of the end of the off the end of the floor. Daniel to inbound the ball in the corner to Fire ISO, back out to Reardon, cross court to Cullen. Daniel with the ball to Brandeis, turn around, batted away by Doms. Doms at 6'9" is a very impressive bulwark on defense. Notice how high they put the arch on that. Brandeis trying to compensate for it, threw it right over the rim. Very nearly threw it over the whole backboard. Underwood gives the ball to Hedger. Oak Park with the ball. Game tied at 21. We're in the final minute of the first half. James back out to Underwood. Loyola in a man-for-man defense. Pass in the middle, in the lane. James tried to put it up, and Cullen reached in and got a chunk. His first foul. Watch it again, and you'll see the pass go into James, and watch Cullen reach in right there. Just a little flea flicker of a foul, but the officials alert to it, and there's Courtney James at the line. James has 1 point so far. 22-21. Oak Park leading by 1. Huskies started slowly, and they've come on to play very well now. 22-21. Out of the backcourt, Loyola trailing by 1. Reardon with the ball. Needs some help. Finds Fire ISO. Back out to Daniel, to Cullen, to Daniel. Left side now to Fire ISO. Dropped it. Managed to find the handle. 24 seconds. One would imagine that Loyola's going for the last bucket here, or the last attempt. 16 seconds. 13. Cullen fires it cross court to Fire ISO. 9-8. Fire ISO in the lane, forces it up. Missing, rebound is off, grabbed by Underwood. 1 second, they won't get it away, and they didn't. Well, a rather low-scoring first half. Not all that much action, but once Oak Park got warmed up, they came on. After down 10-1, they came on to finally go in front, 21-19, and now here they lead 22-21 at the end of the first half of play. Now, here's Floyd Brown.
Well, thank you very much, Tom. It certainly has been a turnaround ball game. Got off to an extremely slow start, and it looked as if we were seeing something of a tremendous upset in the making. Oak Park, of course, the favored team here by most of the sports writers around the state in the ball game. The Loyola Ball Club got off to a fast start, an excellent hustling team, but then Chuck Dahms, who did not start the game, has not been starting games since he had the eye surgery. The team did an excellent job going on winning the championship without him. And so the coach has been using him as a substitute, but what a difference he's made after coming into the game. He not only has scored 8 points in here, but he's forcing a great...
Loyola 20-9 and went ahead 21-19. For the second half, Dahms, number 32, and Courtney James, 34. Norris, 14. Hedger, 23, and Underwood, 30. In the dark uniforms, number 42 is Brandeis. Number 4, Reardon. 20 is Cullen. Brandeis stepping in to jump for Loyola. The tip controlled by Hedger of Oak Park. In the corner, Underwood up the baseline. Tip is up by Dahms. He's got 10 points. Bill Gleason didn't like it. 24-21. Thought he might have got it on the rim. Offensive interference, but such was not the case. Cullen with the ball for Loyola. The Ramblers are down by 3 now as we start the third period. The winner of this game to go against Morgan Park. In the lane, Fire Isel with the turnaround, traveling.
Well, Loyola's still trying to figure out this tough 2-3 drop-back zone of Oak Park, Tom. They just can't seem to get that ball inside and penetrate.
Hedger, bounce pass to James, baseline, right side. His first field goal of the night. He's got 4 points. 26-21. Quick 4-point splurge in the opening minute of play here in the third quarter for Oak Park. Fire Isel hemmed in, back out to Daniel, cross court to Cullen. Daniel, about an 18-footer. Line drive, tipped by Fire Isel, no good. Batted to Hedger. Here comes Oak Park. Whistle, foul in the backcourt. It's going to be against Loyola. Tom Meyer looking on. Foul is called on Reardon, incidentally. There's Bill Gleason, coach of Loyola. Tom Meyer, who played for Gleason at one time, coaches at Oak Park. Hedger to Norris, to James in the lane. Good move. Battle for the rebound. Batted away from Dahms. Up with the ball is Daniel of Loyola. The little guard waits underneath his pass. Thrown away. Tipped at the last second by Hedger. Out of bounds, Loyola.
Well, Oak Park has got Loyola now, I think, in the running game that they like to play. At the beginning of the ball game, it was all Loyola, playing Loyola style, and now they're playing Oak Park style.
Bad pass by Brandeis. Picked off. Hedger, Norris. Oak Park has it. Underwood. Under for James. To Dahms.
They're very adept inside, Tom, on that short pass. Tommy Meyer has patterned his offensive game after Indiana. It's a short passing game. They're always looking for the close-in shot. Once they collapse, the guards then will fire up.
Foul is going to be called on Underwood, number 30. Ball will be out of bounds to Fire Isel of Loyola. 28-21. Loyola has not scored in this, the third period, and we've played 2 minutes. Fire Isel with a high bank shot and a rebound. Underwood, Ian Brandeis, and a foul is going to be called on Hedger, his second. And I believe we're going to have Fire Isel, number 50, to the line for Loyola. Taji will be in. He's got 3 personals. Cullen goes out. Hold everything. Yes, Cullen is going out. Fire Isel at the line has a total of 6 points.
This has got to help Loyola. He's certainly, Taji's probably their best outside shooter, and of course he gives them 6'7" worth of height in there.
First point in this, the third period, in the first 2 minutes for Loyola. 28-22. Rebound to Courtney James. 28-22. Oak Park leading, and they have the basketball. Hedger Foul is going to be called on Loyola. It'll be on Reardon.
All right, here comes Hedger now after the pass from James. He'll come across the top of the key, and Reardon does not have position.
For Reardon, his third foul. James in the corner for Oak Park. Back out to Norris. To James in the lane. Whistle. No basket. 3 seconds. No basket. Fire Isel will inbound the ball. Puts it in the middle to Brandeis. Back to Daniel. Down the left side to Reardon. 28-22. Fire Isel. 15-footer short. Rebound Brandeis. Can't get it. Hedger. 3-on-2. Jump shot by Underwood. Tip no good. Courtney James, everybody in there battling away, and James is going to be called for a foul, his second. Bill Gleason of Loyola looks on with his assistants, coaching staff, and the Ramblers will inbound the ball. That's Fire Isel in the backcourt. Reardon over the 10-second line. Third period of play, 5:11 remaining in the third quarter. Baseline, Taji, short. Gets it back. Reardon on top to Daniel. Reardon. Daniel.
Still trying to solve that zone defense and really not coming up with too good a shot.
Fire Isel driving, and the shot rejected. Batted away. Picked off in the backcourt by Norris to Hedger. Oak Park brings it on the attack. Hedger lets it get away. Grabbed by Taji. Long pass. Reardon on the break. Underneath. 28-24. And a foul is going to be called on Norris. His second. On the fast break, Reardon going down. Norris reached in, fouled him. A continuation of the attempt. No basket, they're saying. Fouled before the shot. Well, 28-22 then. No basket. That indeed is a tough break for Loyola. There's the steal. Daniel on the break. There's the basket.
Well, he made up for it that time.
28-24. James called for double dribble.
It's getting a little
golden opportunity, Coach. They had 3 against none if James would have, had he been able to pick up the ball. Reardon from outside.
Yes, sir, and Loyola's pressure now is starting to tell.
28-26. And Loyola suddenly has come to within 2 points after being down by 7 at 28-21. They now trail 28-26 as Oak Park leads. And obviously some happy Loyola Academy fans up to cheer for the Ramblers.
Compared to this?
No, I tell you, they have one out in the University of Utah has built one that is almost a dead duplicate for this. Beautiful duplicate. The Forum is certainly a beautiful, commodious building. But this, I think, was the prototype. And it certainly has stood the test of time and basketball and all of the other activities that go on here. Magnificent structure. From the side, Hedger's jump shot. Rebound in the corner to Brandeis of Loyola. And the Ramblers, who are down by 2, bring it back up the floor. 3.5 to go, third quarter. 28-26. This game, like the earlier one tonight, a low-scoring affair. Rebound to James, and Hedger comes out of the backcourt for Oak Park. They've got a 2-point lead. Boy, that Hedger is a solidly put-together fellow, isn't he? In the lane, Doms, nice touch. He's got 14. 30-26. That bucket by Doms puts his team in front by 4. The Ramblers trying to catch up. Taghi from outside. Oh, talk about a nice touch. 30-28. Taji's got 11 with that. And remember, he sat out much of the first half with 3 fouls. Under, James, good passing, 2 points. 32-28, Oak Park leading by 4. Daniel gets the double team treatment in the backcourt, and a couple of big guys back there, too. Cross court to Brandeis. He's got it safely over the 10-second line. Back to Daniel in the corner to Reardon. Left to the lane. Brandy's nice move. Starts to go in. Foul is going to be called underneath. And it'll be against Oak Park, I believe. Both players very slow in getting up. Tom Meyer looking on.
All right, let's watch this play in question. Brandeis takes the baseline, and 33 steps under Hendricks. They did call it on Hendricks. Said he did not establish position. Bill Gleason out to check on his ball player.
Brandeis will be at the line. See how the officials have ruled it. Now they're now checking on a timeout for Loyola.
I think the reason they did that is Gleason went out on the floor looking at his
Did they assess him a timeout then,
yeah,
Coach?
they assessed him a timeout.
Hendricks is coming out. He was shaken up on that collision. Brandy's shaken up also, but he's going to the free throw line to shoot a pair. That'll make that bruise that he got won't hurt so much. He's at the free throw line. If he makes them, he won't even feel it. Brandeis has 3 points. 32-29. His team is down by 3. 2:20 to go. We're in the third quarter. You asked him right now, how does it hurt? He'd say, what does what hurt? He makes both free throws, 32-30. Oak Park leading by 2. Norris to the baseline. Back out on top to Underwood. That's Coughlin in the game now, number 10. For Oak Park. We saw him earlier in the contest. Back to Norris. Courtney James back out to Coughlin. Spelled C-O-U-G-H-L-I-N. Norris wheels in. Nice move. Oh, yes. Nice move. 34-30. That's a very patient attack. Oak Park had going coach. They deliberate offensive move, and Norris kind of a solo effort, yet did it very well.
Used a series of inside screens that time, Tom, and as you say, they just worked and worked until there was a defensive lapse, and Norris took it to the hoop.
Reardon in the corner to Brandy. He's now got his own defense set up by Oak Park again. This is Fire ISO back to Daniel, trying to penetrate it. Reardon, Brandy underneath. Brandy's attempt got the good part of the rim and rolled it in. Bill Gleason nods with approval. 34-32. His team trailing by 2. Oak Park with the ball. Coughlin has it on the left side. Operating against Daniel, who pokes it away and picks up a foul. That's all right. That's a very good try. He, reaching in there, tried to scoop it away. Tom Meyer up.
Here's the action here on Daniel. He's been working his head off out here, and on Coughlin, he comes from the backside. Let's see if he gets him. Yep. Got the under part of his arm. Good call.
Courtney James inbounds to Coughlin. Under to Doms. Turn around. Rebound belongs to the Ramblers, but they lose their advantage, and now the loose ball grabbed off by Reardon. Daniel with the ball. Reardon. Game is tied. 34 all. Game is tied. Oak Park and Loyola. Half a minute to go in the third period. Norris with the ball. Kicked away. Foul on Norris. Yes, he really gave Daniel a what for, didn't he? Diving for that loose ball. Take another look at it, Coach.
All right, let's watch this. Here comes Norris around the corner with the ball. Daniel makes a move at him. There they go to the floor. Norris tries to clean them both out in one swoop.
Did a pretty good job, but the officials are right on top of that. Here's Hedger back in. Coughlin going out for Oak Park. And we've got Daniels at the line, and Daniel has a chance to put his ball club in front.
I think the key to Loyola getting back in this ball game has been the work of Reardon and young Mr. Daniel. They have really been playing their heads off on defense.
Got a nice friendly bounce on that. He has 3 points. His team is ahead 35-34. We have a half a minute, 34 seconds exactly, left in this third period. Did not get such a friendly bounce that time, as that one went all the way in and came all the way back out. 35-34 Loyola. Hedger with the ball for Oak Park. In the corner to Doms. And Doms is going to go to the free throw line as we've got a foul charged against Fire Isel. His first.
Here we go as Doms again tries to take the baseline. Does a good job. Fire Isel does not establish position.
He just stuck the knee out there and tried to keep him from coming up the baseline. It did, but picked up the foul. No free throw. Hedger with 7 seconds. Back out to Underwood. In the air for the jumper. Rebound Brandeis. Lead pass. Daniel at the buzzer. Couldn't get it away. So we've come to the end of the third quarter, and the score, Loyola 35, Oak Park 34.
For the record, Tom Milliken is the...
Well, there's the good guys, huh? Tip. Brandeis can't get it away from James. Hedger has it in the backcourt for Oak Park. His team down by 1. Should be a wild and woolly fourth quarter. Underwood gets the screen from Doms. Rebound is off. Grabbed by Taji.
Underwood's not releasing that ball, really letting it go. He's pulling short on every shot.
Loyola shooting at a 39% clip. Oak Park 36% for 3 quarters of play. 7.5 remaining in the game. Loyola with the ball. They lead by 1, 35-34. Baseline. Turnaround by Fire Isel. Offensive foul, Fire Isel.
Well, we got a good feed inside from Taji to Fire Isel, but he turns, and of course, Courtney James gave it maybe just a little bit of Shakespeare.
Yes, well, this is the month for the Oscar awards and nominations. Courtney did do a nice job on that. There's James with the ball. Did a nice job there, too, I might add.
Took an awfully long step.
36-35, and now Oak Park with the 1-point advantage. Ooh, nearly a loss in the backcourt. Down the left side, Reardon. Back out to Daniel. High post to Taji. In the air. Short, rebound, Underwood poked away, Reardon. Underneath, Brandy shooting. Didn't get it. Foul on James. Foul on James. Brandeis will be going to the line to shoot a pair.
All right, here we go again on this mix-up here. Daniel's back into Brandeis, and James fouls as he goes up for the shot.
36-35. And these free throws are ever so precious, ever so precious.
Oh, neither.
Missed them both. All right, Oak Park with a 1-point lead. They've got the ball. 6:45 to go in the game. Norris over to Hedger. Back out to Norris. Loyola on defense, a man for man. Hedger. Pass in for Doms. Fire Isel steals it away. Reardon, baseline. Gives it back to Taji. Little 8-footer. Oh, in and out. Rebound Doms to Underwood. To James. Loyola hustles back on the big D. Batted away. Taji again.
Great work underneath. That's what they did in the super sectional against Niles West. Time and time again, the big men helped each other out.
They're down by a point. They being Loyola. 6 minutes to go. Fire Isel back to Daniel. Down the left side. Underneath, Fire Isel can't shoot. Gets it back as he nearly threw it away. Rebound Taji. Brandeis stolen away. Oak Park. Hedger with it. Driving the baseline. Blew the crib shot. Rebound Taji. Back the other way. Doms has thrown his glasses away. And a foul is called on Norris. 5:31 to go. Doms has thrown it away. Tom Myers, his coach, came over and picked up the glasses, held them up for him, and Doms said, I can't play with them on.
It looks like he may have cut the side of his nose there.
Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification.
This is WGN-TV Chicago Television 9.
Mark Daniel at the line. Doms has gone to the dressing room either for an eyeglass repair or a new pair of eyeglasses. I don't know which. Daniel at the line could tie it up. He did. 4 points. We're tied at 36. Loyola and Oak Park, 5:31 to go. Oak Park's going to go for a timeout here as Daniel converts them both.
Sure, Tom's doing that, of course, to give his man Dahms a little more time to do whatever he has to do.
It is timeout in the 4th quarter, and the score, Loyola 37, Oak Park 36. That's Coach Bill Gleason from Loyola Academy to bring you up to date on Chuck Dahms. Why, he had broken the goggles and had gone into the dressing room to get another set. He is coming back out now. We'll see whether or not he's back in the game. As the ball is going out of bounds, he's not going back in yet. You can see him carrying the new goggles in his hand. I might add Jack Rosenberg, who just follows up on everything. Mr. Details got that information for me. Jack,
there was a costly foul on that inbound, Tom. Brandeis reached in and fouled Tom Norris. And they're going all the way to the other end of the court. Certainly that was a foul that Bill Gleason did not want his fine ball player, Roy Brandeis, to make at this time.
There's a look at Mr. Dahms, and coming into the ball game for Loyola, it was Fire Eisel, Jack, I think, and not Brandeis who was assessed that foul.
Fire Eisel.
Yes, and he's coming out, and Cullen coming back in. So both the big men, Taji and Fire Eisel for Loyola, are in foul trouble. Free throw by Norris. Norris has got 11 points, and 5 have come at the charity line, and we're back to a deadlocked game again at 37. And, of course, Norris can break that tie, and does. 38-37. Oak Park leads, and here's Big Dahms coming back in, and Hendricks goes out.
I say it takes a lot of courage for that kid to be out there, in my opinion, Tom. It's eye operation like he went through both retinas.
Yes. It's an amazing display of courage. All right, Loyola over the 10-second line and in the corner, and Taji nearly lost it. Back to Daniel alone at the free throw line, passed up the 15-footer. Taji in the middle. What a nice move. Taji's got 13. 39-38. Loyola by 1. 5 minutes remaining in this quarterfinal contest. Norris with the ball for Oak Park. James underneath, fake, shoots. Taji gets the foul.
Well, here we come. They're breaking the zone press. James is going to go up. Pump fakes once, and Taji across the arms.
He got the ball, then he got the wrist and arm, and tough foul. Good play. There's a line drive for you. Courtney James hung that one right on the rim and dared it to come back out. He's got 9 points. Game tied again at 39. 40-39. Oak Park back on top by 1. Reardon to inbound the ball for Loyola. Brandeis in the backcourt. Dribbles between the Huskies to Reardon in the corner to Cullen. Good fake. Doesn't shoot. Daniel. Reardon. Back to Daniel. 4:44 remaining in the game. Cullen from the side. Good defense position underneath, and Oak Park gets the rebound in the person of Underwood. He gives it to Norris. In the corner, Hedger. Rebound tip. No good. Rebound Dahms. No good. Rebound Brandeis. Oh. In the corner, Reardon.
Hey, Reardon's a great sixth man coming off that bench. He's giving him a great ball game.
Loyola back on top by 1. 41-40. 4 minutes and change remaining. Down the left side, Norris. Oak Park. Back to Dahms. Norris. Back out to Underwood. James, right side of the lane. Turn around, too hard. Rebound Underwood for 2. And that, Jack Burmaster, is his first bucket of the night. 42-41. Loyola trails by 1. Oak Park back on top. 3.5 to go. Reardon. Rebound Taji. In and out.
Well, that ball was more in than out, Tom.
Brandeis. Great hustle underneath, Coach. 43-42. On great hustle and determination by Brandeis. Loyola is going to take time out. Let's watch it again.
Well, there's Brandeis. He stays with the ball, and sure enough, persistence paid off. And that's a big 2 points for Loyola.
Timeout in the fourth quarter. The score, Loyola 43, Oak Park 42.
Tomorrow, we'll see the...
Well, we've got 3:26 to go. It's 43-42. Loyola with a 1-point lead, and Oak Park's James inbounds the ball, gets it back, and the big fella comes up out of the backcourt. Boy, Floyd Brown, you're right. That James really does give that gum a workout, doesn't he? That's Norris with the ball. Over to Underwood. James in the lane, little 10-footer. He has 12. 44-43. And again, it's a point here, a point there. You've got it, then I've got it. The last team with the ball, I think, may win this one. Reardon, maybe outside his range. Off the edge of the rim. Rebound Underwood. Norris in the backcourt for Oak Park. The Huskies lead by 1. 2:44 to go. Hedger down the right side. Back to Norris. Want to remind you to join us tomorrow. Should be some great action in semifinal play. Doms with the ball. Oak Park leads by 1. James at the baseline. Passing underneath. Whistle. Offensive foul is going to be called. No. Foul is going to be called on Taji, and that'll be it. Taji will foul out.
Well, here's the play again. Doms has the ball, works it inside to Courtney James. James tries to take the baseline, and of course they called that one. Called it on a guy that Loyola can ill afford to use, Kirk Taji.
Well, he's on the bench, wiping off the perspiration. Gave it a great effort, 13 points. And most of his evening was spent on the bench. Here's Courtney James. He's got 12. Oak Park leads 44-43. 45-43. James with a total of 13 now. Fire Isel to Brandeis. Daniel, Reardon, in the middle, baseline. Brandeis couldn't handle it.
I think Reardon was expecting Brandeis to go backdoor that time, go to the bucket, and he threw where he was.
Norris in the backcourt. James with the ball, gives it back to Norris. Down the left side to Hedger. Oak Park with the ball and a 2-point lead. And we're down to the 2-minute mark. Fourth quarter. And the last quarterfinal game. Bad pass, tipped away. Brandeis. Lead pass under for Cullen. Shoots, doesn't get it. Rebound, Dom. Clears it to Underwood. Hedger. Tom Meyer in the bottom of your screen, up saying, easy, easy, to his team. Whistle. Going to have a timeout taken by Loyola, 5-9. The tip, though, comes up in the hands of Cullen of Loyola. Double team, comes out of the backcourt. Over to Reardon. Minute 27 now. Loyola with the ball, down by 2. Daniel into Brandeis, down the left side, steps in. Shot is slapped away by Doms. And on the floor, we have Brandy and Courtney James, and James is going to be assessed the foul. Take another look at it, and Brandy's holding himself in some pain. Watch now as Brandeis wheels to the baseline, fake, steps in, down he goes, and James with him. And Brandeis is very slow in getting up, and now gets to his feet. Gets a pat on the back of the lap from the official working the ball game here. Wilton Kratz and Stan Heth are the two men working this quarterfinal game. Now there's Bill Gleason talking to Brandeis. Brandeis really has been just everywhere tonight. He's been on the floor. Tough kid. Looks as though he's skinny enough to take a shower in a rifle barrel, but really he's pretty wiry, pretty well put together. At the line to shoot a pair, and oh, aren't they important.
The basket gets pretty small up there along about here.
Oh, hanging on the rim and just eased it over. He's got 9. 45-44, Oak Park by 1. Game could be tied. It is. Brandeis gets them both. Minute 15, we're tied at 45. Norris with quite a bit of company. Underneath, pass intercepted. Cullen with the ball. Nearly slipped and lost it. Poked away, Doms a foul. Well, you see the clock with a minute 6. We'll keep you apprised of what's left in this quarterfinal game. There's another look at it. Great interception by Cullen. Now watch the little guard slip right there, but he maintained his own composure and possession of the ball, and then Doms reached in and picked one up. All right, Cullen with 4 points. All right, still tied with a minute 3. Minute 1. Minute to go, and Oak Park and Loyola are tied. Norris with the ball. Underwood. Norris. Cross court to Hedger. Norris. They give you the impression they're going to go for 1. Well, maybe. Timeout. All right, now they're down to a time. 42 seconds. The ball belongs to Oak Park. Tied at 45. All right, that's Hedger with the ball. Daniel trying to steal it away. Courtney James. 31 seconds. Whistle. Timeout. Oak Park. Well, now, with it.
Because that wasn't going too well.
Oak Park waiting. James will inbound the ball. Tie game. Here come the Ramblers. James to put it in play. Gives it in. Foul will be called on Daniel. To the free throw line, Norris. And Norris is a 74% free throw shooter, as you see it again. And he's gotten 6 free throws here in this basketball game.
This kid, Daniels, is quite an actor. He thinks the whole world has come on you, down upon him when you call a foul against him. How could you do it?
Rebound belongs to Loyola, and now that foul by Daniels, which resulted in effect, in point of fact, in a turnover, might make him the hero of the night. 15 seconds remain. Loyola will go for 1. Don't go away. We might be playing an extra stanza. Bill Gleason says go toward the basket. 6, 5. Brandeis can't get the shot away. 2 seconds. The gun, the horn. We're all tied up and going to overtime. All right, here's the last 6 seconds of play. And look at the frustration. Did you see Reardon glance at the clock? Brandeis trying to drive between players. Can't on the floor. Now watch Doms. He wants to call a timeout, not knowing they don't have any left. And there's the horn and the buzzer, and that's the total frustration in both teams.
Coach Gleason was saying, take it to the basket, take it to the basket. Pressure is awfully great at a time like that.
Unfortunately, by the time his team realized what he was saying, well, it was too late. 3 minutes in this overtime session. 5 in college, 3 in high school. Each team will have a timeout. Now, Loyola will have 2, and Oak Park will have 1.
Might be interesting to note, with Tachi fouled out, Loyola has still played very good ball, but now with the 3 minutes, maybe the height of difference could show.
Well, we're going to go to center court now for a jump ball. Let's check the people out there for you. We've got Brandeis and Cullen, Reardon, Fire Eisel and Daniel for Loyola. They're in white. In the dark uniforms, James, 34. Jumping center is Doms for Oak Park. 23 is Hedger, 14 is Norris, and 30 is Underwood. Ball is controlled by Loyola. With it is Daniel in the backcourt. 3 minutes now, and we'll see what the Ramblers decide to do. Reardon tried to pass it in. Courtney James kicked it over the end line. Daniel will inbound the ball. Bill Gleason. Sitting next to him, the fouled out Taji. Daniel's got to put it in. Can't. Gets it in and stolen by Norris. Norris gives the ball to Hedger. Back to Norris. Foul on Brandeis. Brandeis picks up his third foul. Tom Meyer looks on. Loyola shooting 37%, Oak Park 35, and of course the game is tied at 45. That's how close it's been. Here's Courtney James. Missing. Tip no good. Rebound Doms. The tie is broken. 47-45 Oak Park. They lead by 2. We're in overtime. 2:22 remaining. Deuces Wild, huh? Lead by 2, 2:22 left. Daniels, I don't believe I've seen him take a shot from there. Baseline. Fire Isel has it stolen away by Doms. Oak Park with a 2-point lead. They've got the ball. 2 minutes to go. Norris double team down the side to James. Gives it back to Norris. Back out near midcourt to Hedger. Daniel dives at it, doesn't get it. Hedger to Doms. Whistle. Foul will be called. It'll be against Brandeis. His fourth. At the free throw line, Hedger for Oak Park. Oak Park leads 47-45. Minute 54 to go in overtime. .45 Oak Park with a 3-point lead. Boy, that's the biggest lead anybody's had in about 20 minutes. Rebound, Cullen for Loyola. 3-point lead now, and Loyola facing a 3-point deficit. Daniel with the ball. Overtime, a minute 45 to go. Turnaround by Fires. Isel, rebound tipped out. James loses it. Loyola will inbound the ball. Minute 42 to play. Good camera shot. Showed you the score. Time remaining. Inbound pass underneath. Fire Isel shooting. Foul is going to be called on Fire Isel. And Fire Isel is fouling out.
Fire Isel was called on the foul for leaning back. He was a little too far under the backboard, and as you saw, he just couldn't get back with enough range to put it up for the layup.
Tom Meyer may look like a cool, calculating, dispassionate young man when you see him in his shirt sleeves, but let him get involved in an overtime contest, and he is quite enthusiastic. Clenched fists and shouts of, "Come on, let's win it." Into the ball game, number 54 is Chris Facci, a 6'3" sophomore for Loyola. The Ramblers down by 3 with a minute 37 to go. Overtime, Oak Park with the ball. Foul is going to be called on Brandeis, and he will leave the game. Brandeis is fouling out. Brandeis had 10. And now Bill Gleason to his bench again. Bill Davis, a 6'4" junior, will be coming in. Checks in with the official scorer and trots onto the floor, and Norris to the free throw line. Norris has had a nice evening at the free throw line, Jack Rosenberg. He's made 6. Got a total of 12 points. It might very well be frosting on the cake. The victory cake, that is. 49-45, Oak Park. We're in overtime, remember, with a minute and a half remaining. 50-45. Pressure now against Loyola. They're down by 5. Daniel, baseline, jump shot. Oh, off the bench. Bill Davis gets a big bucket. 50-47. What a pressure shot for that young junior. Out of the backcourt, Hedger, like a broken field runner, huh? Whistle, fouled near midcourt. I think they're going to call that one on Cullen, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take another look at it. You'll watch it at midcourt. Hedger coming out of the backcourt, and Cullen gets him right there. All right, Hedger at the line. He's got 5 points. His team leads by 3. They lead by 4. 51-47. Minute 16 to go. The winner meets Morgan Park tomorrow afternoon. Hedger again. Well, we've had 4 pressure-packed free throws. 52-47 by this Oak Park club. Norris and now Hedger. Loyola down by 5. Cullen, good jump shot. Boy, the Ramblers don't roll over and die, do they? 52-49. They're down by 3. A minute 7 to go. Loyola takes a timeout. Oak Park, and in a game where you've only got 49, and better than half of that is sitting on the bench with fouls, you're in trouble. In an overtime, and Hedger saves an errant pass. Underneath. Shot is no good by Underwood. A whistle and a foul. Foul will be on Cullen. And you can watch it again. There's Underwood streaking down. Here comes Cullen. The shot, the foul, the miss to the free throw line. Underwood with 59 seconds left in this overtime. His team leads by 3. Boy, you die 1,000 deaths, don't you, when you stand at that line and blow one in a game like this. Underwood gets the second one. Oak Park, Cullen driving, shooting, scoring. 53-51. 2-point lead for Oak Park. James to Hedger. Oak Park led by 5 once, kicked away, diving for the ball, jump ball. Oh, what a great bit of hustle by Loyola. Great hustle. Great hustle. Bill Davis, the young junior, a replacement. He and Doms on the floor. Getting the knees scraped. Tom Meyer looking on. Now, stepping in to jump is Chris Faggi. He's 6'3". Doms is 6'9". Tip to Oak Park. Hedger back out to Norris. Half a minute, they lead by 2. We're in overtime. Whistle. Foul is going to be called on Davis. 32 seconds remain. Oak Park has been an excellent free throw shooting team here in the overtime in the closing seconds of the 4th period. Now Hedger kind of prancing about nervously. He's got 7 points, and he's made 3 free throws here. 2 of them in the pressure cooker. Doms rebounds, scores. Foul is going to be called on Loyola. Basket is good. Foul on Faggi, and that may be it now. Doms makes it 55-51. 4 points, could make it 5 now with only 29 seconds to go. Watch it. Doms rebounds. Faggi gets him. Shot was in the air. He missed. 55-51, 4-point deficit. Daniel driving, shooting. He scores. 55-53. Whistle. Out of bounds to Loyola. Did not get the ball in. Oak Park did not get it in. Oak Park asking for a timeout. All right. Daniel will inbound the ball baseline under or to the right of the Loyola basket. They're down by 2. Gets the ball in. Turnaround, no good. By Faggi. Rebound. James, double teamed, fouled. Fouled by Cullen. 9 seconds remain, and James will go to the free throw line. And if James has been worrying that gum, now he will really give it some hard time. Watch the inbounds play. Watch Paggi, 54. Got it up, but not up high enough. Here's James. That roar pretty well told the story. 56. 9 seconds. Rebound. At midcourt, Daniel, his team down by 3, shooting. Doesn't get it. Rebound underneath at the buzzer. The game is over. Oak Park has won it in overtime. 56 to 53. Here's Floyd Brown.
Here's the last 4 seconds. There you see the drive. Young man Daniel, who's played well, puts it up. Won't go. Loyola comes up with the rebound. That's Davis. Tries to put it back. Still won't go for him. The buzzer sounds. Time's out, as you can see on the clock. The game ends in overtime. Oak Park beats a valiant Loyola team 56 to 53. What a game it has been. So now the quarterfinals are over. The semifinals are set. Oak Park, by winning tonight's game, will play Morgan Park in the second game tomorrow, the first game Aurora West. And now we're going to switch to Jack Burmaster in Tournament Central.
Thanks, Floyd. Just a great game. Tom Kelly will have a summary of the game for you in just a few moments. And don't forget, we'll be back on the air at noon tomorrow to bring you the semifinal round in the tournament.
For the record.
What a tough basketball game for Bill Gleason's Loyola Club to lose. What a great win for Oak Park and Tom Meyer. A battle right down not only to the wire, but an extra wire. An extra 3 minutes in overtime, and 56-53. Oak Park moving into semifinal play with that victory tonight. Really a tough ball game for Loyola when you consider they lost Fire Isel, Taji, and Brandeis for that overtime, all of them out on fouls. And Taji was the leading scorer for the Loyola Club with 13 points. But high point honors had to go to Chuck Doms, the big giant 6'9" center, playing with goggles and all, had 18 points, and he was tough in the clutch. 14 to James. 14 also to Norris, and Norris had quite a time at the free throw line in the closing seconds of not only regulation play, but the overtime session as well. And he had 8 of his 14 points at the charity line. 7 to Hedger, and he made some pressure-packed free throws. 3 points for Ron Underwood. Balance of the scoring for Loyola, 13 points for Taji, 10 for Brandeis, and 7 for Fire Isel, 7 for Mark Daniel, 8 for Terry Cullen, 6 for Tom Reardon, and 2 for Bill Davis. Loyola led 17-9 first quarter. They trailed 22-21, led 35-34, tied at 45, went to the overtime session, and then 56-53, a win for Oak Park, and a fine victory for the Oak Park Club. Been an outstanding tournament so far, and really we can look forward to another great day of basketball tomorrow. Anything you'd like to add, Floyd?
Well, Tom, I'm not only like to congratulate today's winners, but I'd also like to pay tribute to the 4 teams who lost. They all had to play mighty fine basketball to make it as far as Champaign, and they can be proud of their records. Looking to tomorrow, everyone in our TV crew is anticipating the keen competition we'll be covering, and the semifinals starting at noon. Tom?
Well, that'll conclude the quarterfinals of the Illinois High School Association AA basketball tournament. Today's winners are going to meet in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon.
We'll be back on the air at noon tomorrow. The championship round will start at 7 tomorrow night.